Greetings, this is Scholar Saunders Singh. What's current? A little bit of serious note on today. Another story I missed involving Benjamin Crump. He gets the stories, about young men and women of color being, shot down by the police or kneeling on their neck or whatever the case may be. He's right on the case. They know what to do. The family automatically reaches out to Crump because he has some kind of, I guess, I don't know if it's expertise, but he has some kind of way of dealing with these certain circumstances. So let's just get right into it. This happened in May 3rd, actually. Mr. Troy Star Terrain's born day. Not that he cares or that anyone else should. But seriously, it was a young man, of airman, an Air Force. I don't know if he was a veteran, but or if you call him a veteran now that he's no longer with us. I think he was active duty though. But he was on the phone with his girlfriend, and he heard a knock at the door. So the first instinct in his head is like, I gotta grab my piece. I gotta grab my gun. I gotta get my gat. So he goes and gets his weapon, his firearm. He opens the door, and from the reports, he's just blasted away. He's just shot to death because I guess what's going on in the sheriff's mind and who did the crime, Eddie, former Okaloosa County Deputy Eddie Duran. That was the person who committed the act. He pretty much showed that he really didn't have a firm grasp on the situation because the gun was pointing downward at the ground. Fortson's gun was pointing down at the deck, at the ground. So he had no reason to essentially execute him for any reason. And here's a quote. Let me see. I'm trying to find it. Authorities say Duran had been directed to Fortson's Fort Walton Beach apartment in response to a domestic disturbance report that turned out to be false. So, like, this is insult to murder or manslaughter, or killing, I should just say, or life being lost. I don't want to say one thing and could be another. But they've said in the reports that this was an example of over aggressiveness. This is a misuse of force, and that Eddie Duran could get up to 30 years in prison for doing this. So I think this is one of the most crucial stories to come up again. I can't remember the last one, but there was a last one it was about with Crump. I think it was obviously I can't remember her name, but the woman who was carrying the pot of water and said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." I can't remember her name right offhand, but yeah, she was another example. Crump was on that case, so we have to definitely be aware of all that. I think with these cases, it's just like there's body cams, there's other witnesses, sometimes there's other people involved. It's like, what is it in you that you say, I have to shoot this person, I have to shoot this person? They're not posing a threat towards me in any shape or form, in any way. They're not showing themselves to be a threat at all. But I have to lay down their life. I have to lay them down. That's the sad part about all of this. And this is my question. Is this Riles? This might be Riles. He has the obligatory like. I appreciate if it is. If it's not, that's cool too. But yeah, so I don't know why I'm laughing. I'm laughing at the the page. I'm laughing at the 3 likes. Okay. I'm laughing at that, but not this particular story. This particular story is very serious. I want to have a sense of gravity and gravitas about it. Yeah, so they've said there was an over usage of force, and this is my thing. This is my question. This is my issue with these cases. These cases are most likely going to be people that would call themselves believers. They would call themselves theists. They would call themselves holy rollers. They would call themselves children of God. But I have to ask you, if you were to say no justice, no peace, where in the Bible does it say no justice, no peace? Because Jesus of Nazareth, he went to the post. He was whipped. He was battered. He was beaten. He was bruised. Allegedly for the iniquities of humanity. And that's what it is. That's what I'm saying. I don't mean to make light, but it just these scenarios ain't it all right? Ain't it all right? But Rick James comes through. He's in here. I'm early. I'm before 4 o'clock. I'm way before 7 o'clock. Precious Lord, lead me on. Take my hand. I'm tired. I'm weak. I'm worn. I have to drop off my granddad at the ballet, but salute to you anyway. Thank you very much, Rick James. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping in, making a viewer of yourself. I appreciate it. But no, I never understood what they meant. I never understood it. It doesn't make any sense to me. When you either have justice, or you have justice and peace, or grace and mercy. I take justice and peace all day. And that's what people are they want to eat their cake and have it too. They want to have both. And you can't. You either have justice and peace or grace and mercy. Grace and mercy say that it doesn't matter what you've done, it doesn't matter where you've been, how you've been treating people. How you may have been a rapist or a murderer, and they have last rites for these people. It's like it's insane. Just that gesture is completely bereft of all morality. It's completely lacking. So I would say that the grace and mercy people, that I would expect them, rather than no justice, no peace, no justice, no peace. Rather than that, I'm ready for grace and mercy, grace and mercy. Let him go off on these charges. Let him not get 30 years in prison. Let all the other cops and people, vigilantes, and anybody that thought they could possibly be in on the good side of the law but turned out to be on the wrong side. Let them see that they are actually wrong for doing that. They're actually wrong. But they're actually wrong, but let them out because of grace and mercy. That's mercy. That's literally what mercy means. Mercy means allowing someone that is guilty to go free despite their sins, quote unquote, their iniquities. So it's just interesting to me when I see these people. These are mostly Christians, 99%, maybe 100% Christians. I don't know all their backgrounds, but I can make an educated guess that they're within the claw, within the folds of Jesus and all Abraham and all the faiths and faiths beyond that. Jewish people are pretty good though. They're like, no, we're having peace and there's no justice, there's no peace, and we're not going for the mercy and grace. No, we're not going for grace and mercy. And I'll say the same thing for, I think, Islamic people too, Muslims. Therefore, meting out justice. Their justice is a little kooky though, because they have like rape and they murder the rapist, but then they murder the woman as well. Like they kill the rapist. Maybe murder is not the right word, but they kill the rapist and they kill the rape victim. A little goofy, a little strange. So I just Fortson, Airman Fortson. It's just another case, the Breonna Taylors and so many more. It all starts, everything is kosher and okay, and everything's going well, and then hell just happens. Hell happens. That's gonna be my tagline. Hell happens. We're living in heaven, and then hell happens. I mean, this is the closest we can get to. America's not fully a heavenscape, but it's as close as we can get. It's the noblest nation in all of human history. But we have these issues. We have so many names. They could fill. When we have the credits roll at the end of a movie, that's how long it would take. Usually it takes 2, 3 to 5 minutes. Saying what the assistant director was, and the cameraman, and the gaffers, and all that, just to say names of people that were struck down by law enforcement over the years. It would be a shame. So I have to take into account the fact that there have been so many names. It's despicable. It really is despicable. And if this officer is found guilty, he'll get maybe 15 years, 10 years, 5 years probation. He'll walk dogs. He'll do yoga. It'll be warm in the winter and cool in the summer. He'll get the full run of prison life, but it probably won't be too pretty. It'll probably be, sectioned off. He'll probably be away from GP, general population. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So this is the reality we live in today. We live in a very hypersensitive culture. Everything. I'm reading the goddamn stories, and they're like, black, and that's capital B, black. It's like it's a quiet, it's a tacit kind of way of saying like, oh, they've been through so much these years, and we got to capitalize the B in black because that means that like they're more than a people. They're kind of more of a spiritual connection. I don't know. A lot of people do it. I learned, in the best way from a teacher that was totally against wokeism. Totally against wokeism. She helped me a lot in the ways when she was editing my stories. But yeah, so this is just a sad state of affairs, sad situation. Sabu Williams, president of the local branch of the NAACP, told the Associated Press, "I think this is the best we could have hoped for in this particular case." Duran listed himself as Hispanic on his voter registration, and the charging documents released Friday also identify him that way. Authorities say Duran had directed to Fortson's Fort Walton Beach apartment. Okay, I said that already. All right. After repeated knocking, Fortson opened the door while holding the handgun at his side, pointed down. That is the key situation. He was not holding it to the person's face, which he could have very well and brandished it, but he had enough sense, he had enough control to have it pointed at the ground. Authorities say that Duran shot him multiple times. Only then did he tell Fortson to drop the gun. Okaloosa Sheriff Eric Aiden, fired Duran on May 31st after an internal investigation concluded his life was not in danger when he opened fire. Duran's attorney, John Whitaker, did not immediately respond to a phone call and email seeking comment. Candles and frames and photos of Fortson in uniform graced the doorway of the apartment where he was killed. The complex is shaded by magnolia and oak trees and is home to a number of service members, such as 65-year-old Robin Starr, who lives down the hall from Fortson's unit. Starr didn't know Fortson, but said their mailboxes were close to each other. She's followed the case and said she believes the deputy's use of force was excessive, but also said she believed the airman was wrong to answer the door with a gun in his hand. Hell no! Hell no! I don't agree with that. You answer the gun. You answer anybody, anywhere. That's you're not worthy of it. If you're not understanding of the situation in the area, then that definitely goes to you being a target. Really, you're a target. That's what you are. So you have to have something at the ready. Like if you're able to carry, if you're able to have a weapon, a firearm, then I would say that that's the best idea to have. And the fact that he did not endanger or even threaten or brandish the weapon at the officer. He did not show any signs of bringing to him bringing harm upon himself. That's just facts. She said it's sad just all the way around. It is highly unusual for Florida law enforcement officers to be charged for an on-duty killing. It has only happened 4 times in the last 35 years before Friday. Even then, only one of those officers has been convicted. So this is the sad part about all of this. This is very sad because it's like he didn't have to die. He didn't have to die. Why should he have died? Why should he have been killed? That's my question. He didn't have to. And it's sad. There goes that cliche. I shoot you, you shoot me. You lose your life, I lose mine. It's the same thing. His life is already devastated. He cannot undo or erase or control, delete, or delete or anything do that we have everyday lives. Everything we do on the computers and our smartphones and stuff like that, it doesn't matter. It's very sad. It's a very sad situation. So I would say, the reality of living in America as a man or woman of color. There's Raul. Salute. He's got the obligatory right. I salute you. I'm looking for you to be a sponsor too, sir. Looking forward to you being a sponsor as well. I appreciate you. And speaking of, let me get my sponsors out of the way. We have my main man Peng with lifestrongapparel.com. LifeStrongApparel.com. He's got fruit infused sea moss. I like the blueberry. I love the blueberry. I never tried any other flavors. I heard that mango is very good. But check him out. He has fitness gear as well. Tell him that the Goofy Guy Scholar Saunders sent you. Also, go to BEEJACKSON 5478. B Jackson on YouTube. He has great near beer reviews. He has great humor. He's got sardines in the grill. He's got fried chicken. He's just got an overall great attitude, and that's what I respect about him. I've never met him in person, never shook his hand, but he seems like a great guy. B Jackson on YouTube. Also, Spirit Smooth Tunes. If you like Whitney Houston, Peebo Bryson, the Gap Band, Fatback Band, Brothers Johnson, Earth, Wind, and Fire, so many other names and artists and bands. You can go to SPIRITSMOOTHTUNES on YouTube and enjoy that. Have a great time with that, and just live life, and with a beautiful soundtrack to some loving time with your special significant other. So I definitely suggest that you do that. Also, if you would like to see gameplay, go to twitch.tv/DOTFOUS1_focus. He's got multiple guns going on. He's got a sniper rifle. He hits his marks. He hits his ops. He hits everybody on this gameplay. So I definitely salute him and say that he's one of the best players on the internet. So twitch.tv/DOTFOCUS1_. And tell him that the Goofy Guy Scholar Saunders sent you. And if you would like to advertise or sponsor for this show, go to SKYLERSAUNDERS@gmail.com. And you also can give me money. Let's just be real. But you can also, contribute to the show by being a part of the 100 Club. That's Scholars 100 Club. That means that you will be donating $100, at least $100 a month to the program, to this machine. I appreciate it. There's a young man named Height. He drops in some money every month, and he only missed 1 month. It was last month, but this month he came up with it on August 5th. I'm not mad at him. Definitely appreciate his patronage. So definitely salute to that man. Also, if you would like to donate right now, you can go to Cash App, $SKYLERSAUNDERS1, Venmo at SKYLERIZED, and PayPal, paypal.me/SKYLERSAUNDERS. All right, so I might have an abbreviated show today. I might just talk about this one topic. I might, I'll get to my story. If you're in here and there's 2 people watching right now, whoever those 2 people are, go to the top of the page where it says Scholar Saunders, and you can read the hottest story on the web, Vessel Control Part 2. Read and share. All right, so Fortson. I mean, it's sad all the way around. It's just another man of color, another black man gunned down, and didn't pose a threat. Didn't pose a threat, because you can have your arm. There are certain specific positions where you can have your firearm. You can have it at your waist, and that means something. You can have it drawn. You can have it at the ready. You can have it at There's all different ways. So he was definitely at a lower stage. I don't know. I can't remember. I know from the Marine Corps they teach you the different positions of a firearm, but he showed no threat whatsoever. Nothing against this particular police officer. So we have to take that into account. We have to look at that and see that for what it is. That's the truth of what all of this is. To be so direct and be so on point and be so rational and be clear on what we're supposed to do as citizens. He was a citizen. He was just a citizen. He was a military man, but he was a citizen nonetheless of the United States of America. And all I heard was knocking. No, there's the police. Open up. Nothing like that. Nothing. Just knocking. So he didn't know who it was. He had no clue. Just knocking at my door. And I don't even know what time it was. Let me see. Here's a statement from Crump. Nothing can ever bring Roger back, and our fight is far from over. We are hopeful that this arrest and these charges result in real justice for the Fortson family. Duran was fired. Okay, so yeah, so it's just sad. It's just sad, really. I made light. I kind of had some jokes in here and there, but I'm serious. I have to have at least a sense of caring. That's all you have to have. You have to care. When a situation like this, you just have to care. Even if you've never met this person, you have no ties to them, no friendship, family, nothing. Just care about another human being shot down like a dog in the street for no reason at all, beyond the fact that this officer jumped on the gun literally and didn't know what to do. And, in his brain, it was like things put together. It was like, got it. Black person, black male has a firearm. Oh my God, what do? I better fire at him. Bang, 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 bang. Or I don't even know how many bangs. It was maybe 3 or 4, maybe, or 2 or 1. But he definitely shot him down. He shot him down, and that's the most critical part about all of this, and the saddest part. It's the saddest part about every piece of this. So we have to look at that for what it is, understand it, regurgitate it, have it brought out, and understood, have it digested. That's the key to all of this. To have a sense of understanding, a sense of knowing what the facts are, what's true. Two people in here. Y'all are shy. You haven't been in the comment section. But one person in here, and it's going to go down to 0. Okay, but I know it seems we're down to 0. Yeah, so I think with the power of the way we adjust ourselves and posture ourselves to be, good people in America, just regular everyday citizens. Some of us are extraordinary, but for the most part, there's just regular good, quote unquote God-fearing Americans. Even though I'm an atheist, I would say that you have to be on guard no matter what you're doing and why you're doing it. You have to have that guard up. Always have your guard up. What do they say in the boxing ring? Protect yourself at all times. And what was he trying to do? Protect himself. And he probably saw, hey, I wear a uniform. I wear an Air Force uniform. And I open the door. Hey, there's another uniform. I'm not going to shoot this guy because he's wearing a uniform. And that might have been in his head. But this cop, what's his name? Duran was completely bereft of all knowledge prior to that knock on the door. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end this show on a half an hour. Very serious subject. I got light at times, but for the most part, it's in remembrance of Roger Fortson, and may there always be justice and peace, and never for those that don't deserve it, mercy and grace. Thank you very much. Take care.